Hello guys, welcome back to Beyond the Realms. This is my third attempt at doing this damn video. My iPad kept screwing up, so I'm going to attempt to do it with my phone, and hopefully we can get through this now. But today I have a review for a horror film that came out in 2011 entitled Livid. This is from Alexander Bastillo and Julian Murray. Now, if you don't know their names, you probably know them by their first film, if you keep up with underground horror films, entitled Inside. This was a very graphic, visceral film from 2009. Just tons of gore in it, but a really awesome story, a lot of suspense. So this was the film they did as their follow-up, and this film unfortunately does not have a Region 1 release. I don't know why it has never got picked up. It makes no sense whatsoever. I mean, you would think a distributor off of the success of this film alone would pick this up and put it out, but no, nobody's done it so far. And how I got to check out this film is Headbanger over at Horror's Ball, when I was at his house this past October for Halloween, he graciously gave me this copy of the film. So I came home and like within a week I checked out the film. And what happened was I watched it really late at night, too late to be watching a movie, too tired. So, I watched and I thought, yeah, it's okay. It was all right, and I just kind of put it aside and didn't think about it again. But I kept looking at it over time. And the other night I put it in again. And I figured, okay, this time I'm going to give this film its just due. I turned out the lights, had no distractions whatsoever, and just solely focused on this film. And wow, guys, I tell you, this film really surprised me. I don't know why I didn't give it more of a chance to begin with. Just a really awesome film. It's totally different than Inside. Inside's more visceral, gory, and graphic. This film is more surreal, dreamlike, adult dark fantasy. It's just a totally different type of horror film, and that right there alone shows the talent of these two filmmakers. So yeah, what the story is about is this woman Lucy who is starting a new job, home health care, and this woman that's training her is taking her around to these houses, showing her the ropes, showing her how to take care of these old people that can't care for themselves. And they reach this mansion where this really wealthy woman lives in a gated mansion, and the woman is an invalid. She's laying in a bed, and she's got like this strange looking oxygen mask over her face. And the woman that's training Lucy hooks up these bags of blood to her. It looks like she's getting a blood transfusion. And she explains that this woman, Madame Giselle, she has no living relatives at all. This home health care woman is the only person that takes care of her, and it was part of her will was to die at home. So she basically just lays in this bed 24 hours a day. This woman comes in every so often, takes care of her. But she tells Lucy, she says, this woman, of course, is very wealthy, and there's supposedly a treasure hidden somewhere in this house. So, Lucy thinks on that, and later that night, she tells her boyfriend about it, and her boyfriend's like, well, we got to go break in this house. And he's like, we won't steal everything. We'll just take something, stuff to make our life better. Lucy's like, no, that's not why I told you this stuff. But, of course, they go. Lucy, her boyfriend, and some of their other friends go, and they break into this house. And they find way more than they bargained for. I'll just leave it at that. But guys, the thing that I really, really love about this film is the incredible atmosphere throughout. The film starts right off. It doesn't take forever to get going. It goes right away. And I mean, some people might call this a slow burn, which I guess I guess you could say that, but I was just hooked right away. I mean, just the atmosphere, the look, every set piece in this, especially when they get in the mansion, just one set piece after another is just incredible looking. And, going back to that surreal and dreamlike quality, it kind of harkens back to the feel of like Dario Argento or Lucio Fulci type films. And Fulci, of course, not for the gore, because like I said, this isn't a gory film, but more in like how he could tell those non-linear type stories, and it's more visual than anything. This has a linear narrative to it, but it reminded me of stuff like that. Where it just has that different quality to it. There's things, I've looked around at some reviews online of this, And some people say, oh, it didn't make sense. It had too many plot holes. There's things that creatures that popped up and you never see them again or whatever. But to me, all these things that I saw as problems were actually strengths to this film, in my opinion. They actually made me like it more because it makes you think. It doesn't give you all the answers. And I understand how that can be frustrating, but I tend to like films like that more where, you don't have the full idea of it. You can watch it a couple times and get different things out of it. I like that. It makes you use your brain. It makes you come up with your own thoughts on things, and that's what this film definitely did. It's a vampire tale, but it's totally different type. It isn't just a straight vampire tale. It's a vampire fantasy, I guess you could say. Definitely fantastical elements to this, without a doubt. Especially at the ending, which of course I'm not going to spoil. But yeah, I wanted to do this review because I don't think there's enough word about this film out there at all. Like I said, I know right here in the United States, you can't get this film, not unless you import it. So that's why it doesn't have a following here. Not too many people know about this. Not too many people have seen it. But guys, I'm here to tell you, get on Amazon UK, buy this film, guys. Seriously, you can get it for, I didn't check the price, but I have before, and it's right around $10, maybe $15. It's well worth it. They do have it on Blu-ray too, if you have an all-region Blu-ray player. But, I mean, it's just a shame this isn't out here. It needs to be out here, but don't let that stop you from seeing this film, guys, because in my opinion, this film holds up with any horror film that's came out over the past 10 years. I mean, in terms of quality, in terms of, being original, being unique, and having just incredible atmosphere, it hangs with the best of them, guys. No question whatsoever on that. And, Alexander and Julian, they have done a film since then, since this. They did one called Among the Living, came out last year. And I found out from Headbanger that yes, it is on DVD and Blu-ray, but it's even more, it's worse than this one as far as accessibility here in the United States, or if you speak English, because all of the releases do not have English subtitles, none of them whatsoever. And of course, these films are made in France, so unless you can speak French, you're not going to be able to even watch the movie, which is a real shame. So I don't know what it is, guys. But this film definitely should be out here. I mean, Jesus, it's so much better than most of the garbage that's coming out nowadays. But yeah, guys, please check this film out. It is freaking amazing. I mean, like I said, that surreal, dreamlike, vampire fantasy. It's just, there's a bunch of different qualities of this film, and if you like those types of films, and those four like subgenres or categories I mentioned, you are definitely going to like this. Excellent performances, score, everything, just really awesome. So guys, that is Livid, and I appreciate you guys watching. Take care. Later.